Greetings, adventurers! Welcome to Season 2! Didn't think you'd get rid of old Larch that easily, did you? No, I'm back and better than ever. Got a new job, ready to produce this here show, including brand new things. So without further ado, welcome to Semester 2 of the Mercenaries of Mischief!
Just on the shores of the Deseret River, just across the way from Golden Fields, there rests a lonely keep.
We'll figure out why it's all jittery. And why did that just happen?
Look, it's day one.
New season, new problems.
2. Absolutely. And we'll sort them out as we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Semester 2 of the Mercenaries of Mischief. On today, the second month of the second day of the 2020 year. That's all twos. I did this entirely intentionally. I assure you.
New Year's same fucking me.
Totally. Before we get into the show, we have a shit ton of announcements.
We do. We've got a ton of stuff going on. Number one, we doing some giveaways today.
Hey.
We got a bunch of stuff. We got game codes.
Yes, there's going to be a few things. So here's what we're doing. Here's what the plan is. At halftime, we're going to be doing 4 giveaways. You will have the option of a game code from a variety of games that we've got to offer. Faded Ruin coming in hot with Season 2. Holy shit. All right. It's going to be a good year, guys.
All right.
Oh, I got to fix that graphic thing going on. I'll fix that in a second. But we're going to be pulling 4 winners at halftime that will have the option between getting an AKA pin and D20. Now, the D20 is 100% not guaranteed to be balanced. And these pins, this one's not painted yet, but they're real dope. They're going to be shiny. You're going to have the option of different color schemes. So you can get like Street Fighter, Game Code, or what are some of the other ones you have there, Puck?
Oh, I got Street Fighter, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Gravedigger.
So like good stuff, AAA. You have a bunch of cool games. That or a fan pack, a fanny pack, depending on what you're feeling. Also, at the end of the show, we've got the major. Now, this is all for our 1,000 followers. So we're going to be doing the same thing tomorrow and the same thing on Tuesday with the season finale of Poison Paradise. And on each of these, we're going to be giving away, fan packs at the halftime and at the end of the show. We've done Elderwood giveaways before. They're very cool. I've sent us stuff to give away, but they went above and beyond this time. They included a little handwritten note. So thank you to Shelby, the new public relations person, the new person we talked to over there.
She's absolutely lovely.
Absolutely fantastic. A beautiful handwritten note congratulating us on our 1,000 followers, and also sent us 3 of these to give away.
Look at
these are Mercenaries of Mischief, Elderwood Academy hex chests. There are 3 in existence so far. We don't even have these. We can't get. They didn't send us extra for us, and they're all
just for you.
They're all cedar. They're all that beautiful cedar.
Oh,
I'm incredibly jealous.
We've been discussing the smell all week.
You could cook a salmon on it. Okay, but
don't cook it though, because it's a cheese. Why would you?
Look,
why would you cook what? Why does that even?
Because that's what you do with cedar. Okay.
Wow.
Can we get skillets with our emblem in them so you can make pancakes with our freaking logo?
Oh, we should do that. Okay. We can't talk about this all day.
We can get there.
What else we got?
We have a new affiliation.
We do. We are now part of the Tabletop Gaming Network on Twitch. Among such alumni as my old friends at Playing Board Games and our good friends at Saving Throw.
So there's that.
And many more.
So yeah, if you actually look, underneath our name, you don't need to go look at it now because we're about to do a show. But you can go over and see who else we're teamed up with now. Also, we've got special guest stars coming back on February 22nd. Tell us a little bit about that game, Sean.
So February 27th, we are doing an evil
22nd.
Campaign. Yes,
27th or 22nd?
22nd.
Okay, good. Because Sorry,
I might have spun it together. Okay, 22nd, we're doing an evil campaign featuring Joe Cat, Dingo Doodles, and in his first ever streaming appearance, Felix, the man behind the curtain of the Fool's Gold campaign. So definitely tune in for that. It's going to be evil characters all the way through, nonstop shenanigans.
I feel like there's more stuff we're forgetting, but there's all of our
in chat. We're asking about where Dan is, so we might want to mention.
Okay, so
what we're doing there.
There's been a party swap before we do the introductions. Redan has moved to the Monday show, and Richard, formerly known as Richard, now is Lucas, and Lucas is now on the Sunday show. Redan is still part of the show. He's just going to hang out with the Warlocks for the bit. He's got some stuff going on with Penn and Guy. He's got to resolve that.
He's got to figure out what the fuck is going on. That's the idea.
Do not fret. You have not lost any of your favorite players.
They're still here.
They'll be around tomorrow when we're doing more giveaways.
Absolutely.
And besides that, look, yeah, there's more stuff. We've got stuff in the works that's not quite set yet, but a bunch of us will be going to Gen Con one way or another, at very least to hang out, possibly for more. So keep updated on that. Join our Discord, follow us on Twitter, check us out on YouTube if you've missed old episodes. We're gonna have new videos coming out with different sorts of stuff too. A bunch of the one-shots we did over the break. All kinds of things. So if you want to stay updated on everything, Discord, Facebook, Twitter, bloop, blop, bloop, all of the usual stuff.
Oh yeah, no, like it's all going to be great. And don't worry, here's the bonus. What you get with Redan on the Warlocks is Jinja interacts with Handy, and you guys are in for a treat. Okay, so that being said, I believe we're ready to roll into our game.
I'm very all right. Yeah, well, yeah.
All right. So it has been several weeks since the giants descended on Avalon Keep. Spring has returned to the Desert Valley. And during this moment of peace, a lot of things have changed. A lot of rebuilding needed to be done at the Avalon Keep. And also some new things cropped up. The workforce comprised of goblins and kobolds, bugbears, normally monstrous creatures that don't have a home in other places, have formed their own small village within the walls of the keep. There are two sections to the village now. There is the upper portion where they live in homes and community gatherings. And they've also constructed their own network of tunnels underground now, because some of the creatures are sensitive to light and prefer a subterranean living environment. This, of course, has all been supervised and run by Wyrmspit and Ogbog the Manslayer. And they're living quite happily and peacefully in there. The walls were also expanded to encompass Lilith's garden, which has been added to everything and contains all manner of berries and vegetables, pumpkins, watermelons, and is tended to by Ogbok and a small contingent of everyone. We've also dug out a pond in the central walkway, just a small kind of fishing and swimming pond for those who like the water. And
we're next to a river. That wasn't enough. Jeez.
Well, look, I mean, you know, sometimes you gotta have something.
Literally never enough.
This is what happens when you let the sea elf take a title like headmistress. She's like, build this, more water.
Look,
more water.
Don't even start with me on the water thing, okay?
The walls have all been reinforced. There are armaments in place. And now there are trees and flowers. And the whole place has been brought up together. The foundation has been set for the new Temple of Selune to be constructed. And work is soon to begin as soon as Kashano the Sharp settles all of her details.
Love that.
With her girlfriend, Miss Gilbetta fucking not. Now that said, at the beginning of semester 2, a proper introduction to all of our friends who went away. But as I introduce you all now, I want you to tell me what you did on your summer vacation, or winter vacation, as it were. So tell me what you've been doing in these few weeks that you've been gone. And I'll start at the top of the round with Cleric of Selune, and occasionally a bear, and now occasionally a bard, Miss Gilbetta fucking not.
I feel like I'm more than occasionally a bear at this point. I feel like that's an understatement.
Frequently a bear.
I just want to voice some concern, Sarah. If you multi-class again, because I don't even know how I'm going to fit Bard into your name card.
It's fine.
For the sake of, like, you know, just graphic aesthetics, try not to multi-class anymore.
Gonna have a scrolling fucking graphic.
It's just like yeah, so
tell me how you spent your winter vacation.
Gilbetta traveled with the Kashanos. Spent a couple of weeks really get that look off your face. Spent a couple of weeks honoring her best friend and her hopefully soon-to-be wife, and learned some new tricks, got some cool new stuff that was very expensive. And
most of that money went into rebuilding and construction, but I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
So generous of you.
Yeah, Val, very generous.
As headmistress, it was your responsibility.
I imagine on the trip, I still was a bear a lot of the time.
Look, let's make this canon. I think you and Sharp had like a dancing bear show that you did together.
Probably. But it was like a ruse to rob some asshole.
Right, like it starts out with you in CL form, and then a sheet comes out, and it goes over you, and you pull it off, and you're a bear. Yeah. And then the bear dances with Sharp.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like the Kashano sort of way to do this act would be to just have her appear to be a regular bear from the get-go, and to do amazing things that a bear shouldn't be able to do.
Right.
I think there are multiple versions of this show.
I'm sure they did a lot of A/B testing.
We did some traveling, you know.
It went all over the place.
They found out which thumbnail poster worked best to post up in time beforehand.
Change the name of the show in a different city so that nobody, you know.
Put different tags on it.
They can't catch on.
Because like posters in this world, you put like colored tags on them.
Yeah.
So they tried a bunch of different tags.
Yeah.
Market research is important.
It is. We did that.
Optimization.
But I got some cool new tricks and some cool stuff. So
all right. Yeah, you acquired some new items for yourself. A couple beads of force.
Yep.
Which you can deploy in tricky situations. You also acquired a performing costume.
I did.
Which I will let you. We'll come to what that looks like later. We don't have to talk about that right now.
I have some ideas. It's fine.
And you have also acquired a ticking clockwork amulet.
Yes, I'm very excited about that.
Which I imagine will also come into play later.
Oh, God.
Rolda.
I don't like that.
Yes.
How did Rolda spend her winter vacation?
I have been studying with Wyrmspit and I have learned many things about kobolds and magic and bureaucratic government work. I think I have been staying with the kobolds in the tunnel colonies.
Mm-hmm.
It's more comfortable there on my face. And, the crab shack is very fancy, but I'm here to learn and to help.
All right. And you have also learned a little bit more about your special item.
Yes.
That you acquired on your trip with Redan.
The scary mad scientist, he has figured out lots of things, and he was helpful, but I still don't trust him.
You have learned that it is called a pyroconverger. And to be careful with it. And that's about the extent that you understand.
Yes,
Wyrmspit
holding on tight.
Has also acquired for you a Mace of Disruption to help you fight undead. And Bart constructed some +2 scale mail for you from the remains of the armor and equipment on the giant attack.
Oh, that explains why my AC is now 20. I didn't notice that on my sheets.
Rolda's a heavy hitter now. All right.
Hard to kill, motherfuckers!
Lucas, we're going to get to you in just a moment.
Thank God. I thought you were actually going to get me to do stuff right now.
No, it's fine. You're still on break. It's fine.
I don't know him.
I don't know you. That's my purse. Okay. Lilith. What did Lilith do on her winter vacation?
Not much. Just shopping.
Oh, yeah, just shopping around.
Just shopping.
No, I'm going to need more than that.
Now?
Yeah. This is the time.
All right. I was leaving it for a surprise, but okay. All right. So Lilith, since she was just kind of left alone at the keep, oversaw the keep as best she could in her abilities, making sure everyone's okay. And then she was definitely determined to get the Pizdog, the imp, her friend, an ally, since they have a set of skill sets that could be useful. So she had one particular day where she dedicated to being a shopping day, and oh boy. Ended up going to Waterdeep to sign up for etiquette classes. I don't even know if that's going to be a thing or not now.
The answer is yes.
All right. Went to Prima Paso to drop off a letter to Noab. Went to the Queen in Motufufu to see if she has any people in her city that would be interested in coming to our keep as educators. And then before going back home, I made just a little pit stop in Brightstone.
Are you serious?
I did.
What did you do in Brightstone, Lilith?
Shopping.
What kind of shopping?
I bought some orcs.
Would you like to share with the rest of the class how many orcs you bought?
I bought 20 adult orcs and 1 kid.
I'm still getting used to not being Kashano.
Yeah.
I would have a lot of questions, but as Rolda, I don't. So, new friends. New friends.
New friends. New allies.
I'll be honest, it's a much lower number than I thought she was going to say.
Well, it all depended on how many businesses that Puck was going to tell me. I thought there were going to be 10, but he said like, no, there's like 20 businesses
No,
there.
look,
I'm just like, I got one from each.
Sidebar, we did this last night, and it's going to be a Patreon exclusive for a little while. So if you want to be our patron, you can see everything that went down with that.
Okay,
I had to put chains on this to stop it from going too far.
I, as a player, have so many questions.
Crazier idea, and Puck put a lot of brakes.
See, so you purchased some slaves.
They're not slaves anymore.
I assume that Lilith would not keep people in chains. But you got one from each business?
Uh-huh.
Rather than like buying complete families?
I have a plan.
Oh,
this is stage one.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay.
I don't like what's happening.
Fuck.
I told you I should just continue what I was doing last night on my own. They wouldn't let me.
No, it's fine.
So you hired 20 spies.
This is better.
I'm sorry. I'm Rolda. Yeah, I know. I do. Sure. Yeah, good.
New friends.
New friends.
Oh yeah.
So
it gets a little more crazy than that, but you'll find out.
What?
Hold on. Nope.
Hold on.
The rest is secret.
Back up.
You'll find out. But yeah, brought them back to the keep, told them this is the home, and we'll talk when we're all back at the keep together.
So orcs.
I want you to know that somewhere Kashana is smiling and very proud of you.
Yeah. These orcs are strong. They're bred as miners in Brightstone, so both the men and the women are rather robust. One of them is known as Blacktooth, and I believe Lilith has named the other ones.
Am I doing it now or when
you can do it now if you want.
No. When everyone gets together, I want to introduce them all and be like, this is so-and-so and so.
Okay, well, we'll lay that out.
Yep.
I just love everyone's reactions. I'm so glad we're back. Oh, God, I missed this.
I was going to say I miss you guys, but like, we've still been
we've still been hanging out, right?
Doing all kinds of shit, so. But yeah, this is fun. I miss these characters.
Goodness.
So that's what's been happening with our cast. Redan went on a trip with Guy and Penn, but we'll learn more about that tomorrow. Lucas, you are a paladin. Lucas is a paladin who's been wandering for some time. And he has received a missive from an old friend known as Richard Bennett. And it has instructed him that perhaps he should seek out the Avalon Knights Academy. Because therein, he may find people who can help him and perhaps some answers for what he's looking for on his new path in life. And Lucas, you have taken that journey. And now, on a beautiful spring morning, you find yourself arriving outside of this keep with tall stone walls. You can see ballista sticking out the tops of towers. Not uncommon for other fortifications that you've seen, but what stands out is this simple inn on the outside with a sign that says Cookies Crab Shack. And you have arrived here now. Where is everybody else at?
Rolda is with, probably with Wyrmspit, doing, turning in her homework or whatever.
All right. Wyrmspit has been holding classes in the training hall, so we'll put you over there.
Okay.
I'm wherever the party's at with the orcs.
Well,
I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck to run a school.
Let's do that right now. Lilith, Gilbetta has returned, and now that everything's settling down, you have a moment to talk to her about your new hires.
I like to imagine that She walks up and sees Lilith being raised on one of the orcs' shoulder as they all cheers and we drink. And I wave my hand up. I wave my hand up and be like, "Well, who am I again?" And they're like, "War chief, war chief." Oh no, war chief, war chief.
Well, they're saying it.
You.
What the? What is happening?
Cookie,
they're saying it in
another
Orcish.
Oh, I'm sure at least Blacktooth translated one of the words. So, I mean, whenever you want to step in, Gilbetta.
I did, but you didn't hear me over the yelling.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
So,
what do you got?
Oh, okay. I turn around. I'm like, "Oh, let me down. Gilbetta, how was your trip? Good to see you again."
Yeah. It was good. What is this? What did you do?
Lilith is super proud of what she's doing, and visibly you can see her tail's wagging left and right like a puppy. I brought some new friends. They can help out at the keep.
Okay.
I mean, check out the muscles on these ones, right?
Right.
Right. Introductions are in order. Let me try to slowly recall their names. I just gave it to them while drinking, so don't judge me. Okay. Where is it?
Them new names.
I gave them names. All 20 of them. All right, line up. Blacktooth, if you can help translate for me. Oh, by the way, right there, that's Blacktooth. And okay, yep. Mm-hmm. So we have whiskey, vodka, wine, sherry, port, brandy, rum, gin, tequila, hock, vermouth, absinthe, rye, beer, ale, champagne, cognac, I believe, cider, and the little one is Drakey. No one's giving the little one alcohol, right? He's still too young. Blacktooth, can you translate for me? Also, Blacktooth, and everyone, this is Gilbetta.
So it was like, what? First of all, where did they come from? What?
Oh, I had a bit of a shopping spree and made a stop over at Brightstone and picked these guys up.
Wait, you bought them?
And then I let them go. So now they're free orcs.
But did you? Because they're still here. Do they want to be here?
Oh, well, yes. I gave them the option to come live here in our home. We can offer them job to help with construction with their crazy strength. I mean, look at that. And I slap Blacktooth on the arm and just it doesn't jiggle. This little jiggle, it doesn't jiggle.
Did she bang Blacktooth?
Blacktooth blushes a little bit.
Did you guys hook up?
Looking off to the side.
And Lil just goes on and be like, "Well, this is not the end of this chapter. I'll tell you that much. I mean, obviously, there's more slaves that we need to liberate over in Brightstone. I haven't forgotten that we need to go take care of that business. And these wonderful orcs decided to help. And they can give us information on the inside. So I've been waiting for you all to come back and return, and we can go plan things out and liberate all the slaves there."
Do any of you speak common?
Blacktooth slowly kind of raises his hand. I translate for the rest of the tribe.
Okay. But so I get wanting to help. I guess once that's dealt with, what do they want to do? with their lives?
Well, that's up to them to decide. So.
I wasn't asking you.
Oh, well, now, oof, get me a drink.
As per usual again, apparently.
We want to live in peace. We have been... Slavery in the mining pits is all we've known.
Okay.
We're still adjusting to the idea.
Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out long term, because currently sounds like she's got you signed up for physical labor. Is that what you want? Do you want to keep doing physical labor?
Don't have them signed up, pardon. I gave them as an option, or they can go out on their own if they would like.
It is true. We have spoken with the goblin, the one you call Wyrmspit.
Yeah.
He has told us that we can work and receive pay, or we can live peacefully here. Is this true?
Yep. No, I just want to make sure that you guys that everyone is truly free to do what they wish and not being pressured into anything.
Little coughs in the background.
It is unusual, but we are adjusting. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, I can imagine. She can be a lot to take in.
She has rescued us. She is the war chief, the lady of the broken chains.
Thank you, Blacktooth.
Okay, I'm gonna go. And Gilbetta just leaves.
Okay.
Back to the library.
All right,
Don't mind her, Blacktooth. Come on, let's go ahead and keep celebrating the fact that you are free.
Lucas, you kind of saw this all unfold.
Where is Richard Bennett when you need him? Like, I feel like he's the intermediary we need in this moment.
Yeah.
All right. He'd be all about this. Okay.
Right?
But
woo, freedom! High fives!
Richard be all about this.
I mean, I can bring him to the bar in Waterdeep if you want, but I don't know how people there are going to take it.
That would be interesting for business. Anyways.
You were told to look for Gilbetta.
I'm going to hop off the horse I was riding in on.
Okay.
Kind of take the chest off the chest, saddlebags, whichever they really are. Then kind of open my palm, and the horse just kind of dissolves into dust and back into the palm of my hand. Then I walk over and I walk to the pink lady that I see, and who is being cheered as war chief.
All right.
And just kind of go, hi, sorry, you seem to be in charge here. Or at least something similar to that.
Well, yes, I am a war chief as well as Lady of the Keep. How may I be of assistance to you?
I'm looking for a woman, Gilbetta fucking not. Do I have that right?
It'll never stop being funny.
God damn it.
Well, she's currently somewhere else. She didn't tell me where, but
she went towards the library.
Did she? She didn't tell me.
Oh
that.
Yeah, but you could see her.
Was I looking?
Fair enough.
Yeah, in a mirror, maybe.
I need to do that more. I don't do that often. Anyways. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Who might you be? I'm Lilith.
My name is Lucas Alexander Warcrest. I was invited to come here by Richard Bennett.
Oh. A friend of his?
Pretty much.
And the reason to being here, besides speaking to Gilbetta? Is it... Go ahead, sorry.
I was told I might be able to find answers to what I'm looking for. I could get stronger.
Ah. I see. You're looking to sign up for the academy, then?
That would seem to be the most accurate thing to say at this junction. I'm
I see.
sorry. Who are all of these orc people?
Oh, they are new members of our family.
Cool. Okay, no more questions there.
Oh. All right, then. Well, she might be in one of those two buildings over there, I believe. I point whatever's next to the library.
The main keep.
There you go. And then I'll be like, and you can, if you go in that direction, I'm sure you can ask one of our goblins or kobolds that are walking around to give you a more specific direction.
Okay. Lucas just takes a coin out of his pocket, flips it. Main keep it is. Cool. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
All
And
right.
welcome to the keep.
Thanks.
Cookie! Cider, please!
And I'm walking off in the direction of the main keep.
All right.
Because
So-
I've chosen wrong.
While you walk off towards the main keep, Rolda, you are just getting dismissed from your most recent class with Wyrmspit. And Wyrmspit comes out and announces to all of the orcs, in perfect orcish, I might add, that it is time for the common lessons. And they all take their leave from Lilith and make their way into the training hall. Now, Gilbetta,
Did
were
I
going to
see
the
this
library?
paladin when I came out?
Yeah, you probably saw him going by.
I went, ah! And went back into the training hall.
Just run inside.
Paladins make Rolda nervous.
That's fair.
It's just a guy in big armor with a sword and an axe. So
Yeah,
no,
that's
that makes
probably
sense.
fine.
I know what a paladin looks like.
Gilbetta, you went to the library.
Yeah.
What are you doing in there?
I'm continuing my research about how the fuck to do my job.
All right.
I imagine by this point, she's got like books that she's got like notebooks filled with like notes, and like there's like tab marks on different books, and it's like headmaster duties,
Right.
and like all that kind of stuff, and like teachers' resumes and shit. Just like,
Well, it's actually when you walk into the library, there is a pale-skinned girl in a gray dress with long, straight hair, and she is reading in there in the library.
Gilbetta's like, Cat, yes?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. We haven't been properly introduced. I'm Kat. We met briefly when you were fighting giants. Do you remember?
I do.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be so abrupt. It's good to meet you properly.
You as well, Headmistress Gilbetta fucking not.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Headmistress Gilbetta fucking not.
Gilbetta reaches out for a handshake.
And it's just like slow, steady handshake.
Okay.
I was told that I might be able to teach wizardry here.
Potentially, we are looking to get up and running soon. Drop me off.
Possible,
well, okay.
If possible, I would like to take up the position.
Oh, was that the end of the sentence? Okay.
There's a long pause in between, and she just sits there and looks at you, and just blinks slowly.
Look, I wasn't sure. Okay. Gilbetta says, "Yeah, give me your send me your credentials, and I'll look it over."
Oh, I left them on your desk already.
Where is my desk? Where do I have an
you have one set up with a pile of stuff in the library here that
Oh, okay. So I haven't been to it yet.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't get the impression that Gilbetta was the kind of person that carefully put all her study material away when she was done.
No, not in this instance, because it's kind of like nobody else is really using this material.
So it's just like an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like off in a corner, you know.
Yeah. And what she has left behind for you is a stack of papers.
Oh, good.
With various PhDs and credentials.
Okay. Gilbetta will kindly excuse herself and go over to her kind of working area.
Okay.
And she'll start, I guess since she just had the conversation, she'll start kind of looking through Kat's credentials.
All right. So while you're looking through Kat's credentials, Lucas, you go into the main keep first. And the only person in the main keep is Ogbog the Manslayer.
Ah, so you must be Miss Gilbetta fucking not?
No, she's blue. I'm Ogbog.
Ogbog.
And you're?
I'm Lucas.
Oh, nice to meet you, Lucas.
Nice to meet you.
I'm just surveying the weaponry.
All right.
You're looking for Gilbetta, then?
I am looking for Gilbetta.
Okay, I think she might be in the tower.
You got it.
She's blue. Kind of looks like an elf.
Kind of looks like an elf. Not really looks like an elf. Got
well,
it.
like, I mean, I don't go to the ocean a lot. Maybe there's blue elves in the oceans. She's the first blue elf I've ever seen.
All right. All right. Cool. Thank you so much, Ogbog. I love the daisy, by the way. Very.
Oh, you noticed that, did you? That's Manslayer clan signet.
Ah. I too have a signet. And then I just turn around and walk away.
He just goes, nice guy. And he just keeps.
Meanwhile, in the training hall, Rolda's like, what is it? You have to warn everybody. There's a paladin here. He's going to smite us all.
Calm down, Rolda. It's okay. He hasn't done anything. As long as he does not raise his sword to anyone, he is accepted here. This is a non-violent place. He is not attacking us. He's not a threat.
That's all paladins do.
That is a stereotype. And we must avoid those because it causes us to prejudge people that we otherwise would not have the pleasure of knowing.
Right. Yes, I remember.
So I understand it is frightening. I, too, have had encounters with armored brigands, brutes, but you are among friends here, and no one will allow you to come to harm.
Okay, but I still think someone should find out who he is.
Absolutely, they should.
Or she. I don't know. There was a lot of armor.
It's entirely possible, but that's good for you, Rolda, for not prejudging. You didn't assume anything. It's very good. The lessons are working.
Yes, I have been learning a lot. I'm still scared.
Well, it looks like he has met Lilith already. Maybe go make sure that Gilbetta knows about him. And then all the administration will know.
Okay.
And we can keep an eye on him if necessary.
Okay. I got it. I'm out on the case.
All right.
I will run out towards the library where Gilbetta's been lately.
Okay. So, Lucas, you eventually make your way into the library, and there's this pale, long-haired girl just studying carefully in the corner, and she sees you come in, and then silently pulls out a desk easel and sets up a canvas and starts painting. And you see a blue elf in a corner with a pile of books and work around her.
I'm going to turn to the gray-haired girl. Do you need me to stand still for this, or can I go over and talk to Miss fucking Knot?
It's fine. Your compliance is not necessary. She just keeps going.
All right, then. I just kind of walk towards Gilbetta.
She probably won't notice you until you say anything.
Excuse me, Miss fucking Knot?
Yes.
I was told to come here by a friend of mine. I'm hoping you know him. He said you know him. His name is Richard Bennett.
Richard Bennett? What is he like?
I don't know. A lot of people say he's devilishly handsome. I say he's just regular handsome. I feel like, but he's mostly defined by his, I don't really know what they are. They act like an old married couple. It's this wooden person named Alan that he's with all the time.
A wooden person?
Yeah.
And Gilbetta stands up and reaches out her hand. She says, I'm only joking. Of course I know Richard.
Oh, fantastic.
I intended to make this as awkward as possible for you.
And she says, I'm always curious to see how people describe whom they call friends when they think it might not matter.
God damn, she has been spending time with Kashanos.
It's a little harder to describe him nowadays because, well, he used to be very easy to describe. And nowadays, he's a person.
He's just a man with a very interesting history.
Yeah.
She'll say, so what have you come to see me for?
I've come to see you about, he's in the letter, he said, see about a teaching position. Or to enroll, whichever makes it easier for you.
Well, those are two very different
I'm very aware of
the spectrum.
Different things. But I was hoping that I might be able to come and enroll as a teacher. You know, learn from students, to learn teach them some stuff that I know. You know, a nice tit for tat sort of system.
Okay. Get me a list of your credentials. I'll go over it and review how to move forward.
Oh yeah. Is this good enough for credentials? It just shows you a wanted poster.
Oh dear.
How exactly do you know, Richard?
It's in a foreign language that's not common and not Elvish.
What language is it?
Yeah, what language is it?
It's in Dwarvish.
I think I speak Dwarvish.
You definitely do.
Yeah, because you were raised by a dwarf.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Look, Gilbetta's been away from me for some time. Okay.
It just kind of on the poster it just says Lucas Alexander Warcrest, Fell Lion, wanted for treason.
And she says he's probably not expecting her to be able to read it.
Right.
So she kind of looks at it confused for a minute, and she says, "What does it say?"
Lucas Alexander Warcrest, wanted for treason.
Ooh.
What?
I want to take a moment and appreciate the fucking Kashano moves that Gilbetta is rolling out, like in the first episode of this season.
On point. On point, if I do say so.
I did not expect this.
No, I'm
going to be honest, neither did I.
I mean, did Lilith go with her? Because shit going on there, too.
Yeah, no, look, you truly your lives were all touched in profound ways.
Yeah.
But anyways, please continue.
The poster is from a country far to the west.
Okay.
It's a long, complicated story we don't need to get in. I don't really want to get into right this moment.
We don't have to get into it this moment, but before I would have you touching the lives of my students, I would want to know the details.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, you can stick around. Give me an actual list of some of your credentials. And if anything happens or comes up and we need your assistance, we may call on you.
That sounds good. Lucas, I flip around the wanted poster and I just start writing on the back of it for credentials.
Mr. Gilbetta, there's a paladin in the keep, but Wyrmspit said that I shouldn't.
I was just about to bring you in, but this is perfect. You got cue right up.
Hi.
Hello, small orange creature.
Gilbetta says, Rolda, this is Lucas.
Hi, Lucas.
Hi.
Are you here to smite me?
I'm down on one knee, and I'm just kind of I give Rolda very much as much of an inquisitive look as you can get in full plate mail with nothing but like a head tilt.
Is he helmeted up fully too and everything?
Oh, fully.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Like he doesn't take it off.
Who do you serve right now?
That's a long and complicated story.
Tell me about it. But like right now.
We'll get to
that. Insight check.
Okay.
Is he actively hiding it, or does he just legit like, I don't want to get into it right now? And never mind, I don't know.
Don't know.
Okay.
Not a goddamn clue.
Do I have detect good and evil? Hold on a second. I feel like I should, right?
You should. Yeah.
I don't know. Is that a thing you do?
It's a first level cleric spell, so
I guess I don't have it prepared,
but
okay. I am gonna go ahead and cast protection from good and evil on myself just to be safe.
Just in case. Just in case this goes sideways.
Yeah.
I imagine because Gilbetta knows, right? She's like, she's Rolda doing this. She's like, really? She doesn't say it out loud, but she's like, okay.
I don't want to get smote today.
Lucas, I just kind of put out a hand and to shake, and then look at my hand and look at your hand, and then like curl back 2 fingers.
Very like I'm not sure if the stove is hot, kind of.
Yeah.
Touch. And as long as nothing happens when I touch, then I'll give a.
Sure, no smiting occurs.
Oh yeah,
it's the weirdest cleric paladin relationship I've ever seen.
Like nothing should happen.
Okay. Still guarded, but just kind of in the room now at Gilbetta's behest.
Once Gilbetta kind of watches this unfold, and she's not so much as watching Rolda. She's interested. She's curious about Rolda's reaction to this, but she's watching Lucas to see how Lucas is treating Rolda. And that's what she's focused on this entire time. And then once their kind of like interaction is done, she says, what time of day is it?
It is the morning.
Okay. She says, so just finish up with those credentials whenever, Lucas, and get those to me. So this is Rolda, of course. I'm Gilbetta. We also have another in our direct party, Lilith.
Yeah, she's the one that seems in charge, right?
Well, not really. She is the lady of the keep. She is the. It's demeaning to say the face. That's not what I mean.
She's the talking to people person.
Yes.
She's the one who talks to people.
She is the liaison.
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Gilbetta, the orcs that she brought back are in common classes with Wyrmspit right now.
Good. Yeah, so that's Lilith. She is wonderful bard, hell of a drinker. But she's there in a pinch when you need her.
Can I just input that during the one shot I was trying to get drunk through Cookie's meat and I still saved through my constitution?
Constitution saved every time.
That tiefling liver.
It's like that moment when you want to reroll so you fail.
Yeah.
One of these days.
I'm gonna nod at all of this, kind of start making my way out the door, and then just kind of turn back, look at Rolda, just, where's a good place where you can get some food and a hard table to write on?
Crab Shack, outside of the gates.
Got it.
Tell Cookie we sent you. He'll take care of you.
All right. And with that, I'm at the door towards the Crab Shack.
As soon as he's gone, Gilbetta turns to Rolda, and she's like, "Rolda, what? That was such an interesting reaction to a paladin.
Paladins smite kobolds. Like all the time. It's like their favorite thing to do.
Have you seen this?
Well, yeah, with the first party with Rhaegar, one of Rhaegar's party, it was a paladin, and he would try when he drank too much. he would have tried to smite me. And usually Rhaegar stopped him. But one time, Rhaegar was already asleep, and I had to run away from him for like 45 minutes before he passed out. He kept yelling, "I will smite thee, vile-winged devil!" And trying to swing at me. I was quick enough to get away. He's really drunk, but it was scary, and he tried to do it a lot, and I don't know why.
When she starts getting upset, Gilbetta will get, like, kneel down to her level.
Right.
And she'll kind of hold her hands out and, like, it's okay. I was just curious as to what the what that reaction was about. But you know you're safe here. If he ever tries to smite you, I will slay him where he stands.
Thank you, Mr. Gilbetta. I just say paladins, they get a little zealous about one god being the best. And
yeah, he didn't seem to want to talk about that though. So that was a little odd. But
yeah. Do you think he has a face?
Probably.
What if he doesn't have a face? What if he's just a suit of armor walking around?
That wouldn't be unfortunately, that wouldn't really be the first time.
What if he's really the sword and the sword is making the armor walk around?
Are you hungry?
Yes.
Okay, let's go get some breakfast.
Okay.
Okay. Headcanon, Lucas is a sword now. Okay. Okay.
What does that? What?
Well, no, look, this is fine.
Rolda's seen a lot of weird shit.
I love it. Lilith, while this is transpiring inside the library and the keep, you're out partying, and eventually all of your orcs funnel out into common class, and you're still shouting for drinks. And as Melissa comes out and brings you another cider, Spoonie leans out from behind one of the walls and says, "You can be war chief later, Lil. It's time to start your set."
My what?
You're set. You're going on soon. We got a packed house.
Now?
Yeah, now.
I bet no other war chief has to do this.
Look, Lil, you got to give me some drink too, huh?
I guess. All right. And I apologize.
My throat's killing me. I've been singing all morning.
I apologize, everyone. I practiced this like probably 2 times. So if I don't hit a good note, I apologize in advance. This is if you're a fan of Kelly Clarkson.
All right, well, take a few moments to prep, and I'm gonna put you on stage in just a minute. Lucas.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
You're so kind.
No, look. I gotta set the scene here.
All right, I'm gonna exit a little.
Sounds like I'm not doing it for you. Damn
it. Lucas, you make your way to the crab shack, and it's bustling and full, but very quickly a pale man finds you a table and introduces himself as Tommy. And a large gentleman with an eye patch and a peg leg, the dirty apron, hobbles over and drops a plate of peanuts on the table for you. We got these fresh grown ever since we got the new farm up the road. Go ahead and give them a try. I roasted them myself. Complimentary, of course.
Thanks. By the way, I was told to say Gilbetta sent me.
Oh, did she now? So I suppose you'll be raising that big-ass sword against our enemies, then?
Theoretically.
Well, good to have you on board. I see you haven't taken off your helmet and got buggered up face, eh?
Let's go with yes.
Don't feel bad about it. I know many folks. We can't all be as handsome as old Cookie. And then he kind of chuckles and slaps you on the shoulder, and the armor rattles and gives you a drink.
I pull out from my bag just a very long straw, shove it in. Small hatch.
This, like, I love it. This is exactly what I expected this character to do in this situation.
And then he takes a sip and then just goes, "Do you know a nice way to say good at murder?" I want to make sure my skills and credentials are written correctly, and good at murder doesn't sound very good.
A well-dressed man with like a pencil mustache says, "Advanced degrees in murderonomy and murderology is what I put."
Thank you.
Got it.
It sounds more official that way.
Yes.
And you can see this place is a bustle. There's all manner of individuals in here. There is a woman running around serving tables, and she has enormous bat wings and horns and a tail. And she's just serving tables, and nobody seems to pay any mind about it. And the food is, while it's not like you would get it like a fancy restaurant where it's like extravagantly plated, and it's like you got this beautiful white plate with like a drizzle of sauce and 6 items on it. It's hearty, but you can tell there's quite a bit of quality put into it. And
it's a bistro.
It's got this, it's a bistro
style.
It's bistro style.
It's the atmosphere is more like a sort of cantina if it were on like a planet on like an outer rim of a solar system. And there's mercenaries you can hire, and then a guy walks in who refuses to take off his helmet, and
then a fight breaks out, and the guy gets cut in half by a door.
And there's a lot of debate for 40 years about who got shot first.
Yeah, no, it's good. Okay. That said, it's Olive Garden in here. When you're here, your family. It's just a very nice, cozy environment, and there's also this what appears to be a dire wolf curled up on a dog bed that has Riptide lovingly sewn into it.
I want one.
The bed or the dog?
Can it be both?
He's gnawing on like some large bone that's been given to him, and it's just passes out halfway through and gnaws some more. And eventually Gilbetta and Rolda arrive. And Gilbetta, Rolda, when you guys get back into the room here, you see that Lucas has taken a table and he's working on his resume.
He's drinking with his helmet on. That's weird.
We don't judge Rolda. Maybe he's shy. You did come into the room cursing about how a paladin was here and that you didn't like that. So let's give him some time.
I mean, he would look less like a paladin if he took a helmet off.
But it's what he is.
That's fine.
We want everyone to be proud of who they are here, just like how we want you to be proud of being a kobold.
But aren't you curious what's under the mask?
Well, of course I'm curious, damn it.
It's killing me. I need to see it.
Could be a sword under there.
I want to know.
He could be made of snakes, and you could just open it.
It's a fucking Medusa.
I mean, just to say, the little thing that says human, right? I'm trying to lay right there.
Yeah. That's
just as far as we know so far. Hey,
he looks
what
human.
Maybe he's a kobold. Maybe he's 2 kobolds.
It's like
Stacked
I always
on
say.
top of each other.
He's a wyvern. Like
Maybe it's a kobold and a goblin, right? They were like,
2
let's
goblins
work
or a
together.
halfling, or, you don't know.
And I'll form the head.
She's like, of course I want to know, but
yeah,
we'll get there, okay? Let's get some breakfast.
All right. So, are you guys gonna attempt to sit with him and socialize, or take your own table?
I'm gonna give him. I don't want to distract him from his task that he's been delegated to do.
All right.
So, Gilbetta's just gonna sit at the bar.
Okay.
And then
sticking with Gilbetta, yeah.
Pull up one of the stools that are made for.
We have small folk accessible stools.
Yes.
By this point,
absolutely, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna pull one of those up.
How I'm imagining it is that there's like a hatch on the stool.
Oh, nice.
And then like a small rope ladder comes out. And then you just climb up onto the stool. This is how you make it accessible for everyone. That's
dope. It's it's basically a high chair, but with an access ladder, so you don't have to be put in there by someone else.
So it doesn't have to be there all the time. By the time the two of you are up there, Cookie slides over a bowl of peanuts. He says, "I honey roasted these ones. Give them a try, and I'll be out in a minute with your meals."
Perfect. And Gilbetta just like takes a handful.
Oh, by the way, I never got to ask you, Gilbetta. How was your trip?
It was good. It was really nice to get to see a part of his world.
Well,
I think I learned some new strategies.
Well, whatever you did, it looks like it was good for you.
I agree. As she just shoves a handful of peanuts in her mouth.
Well, it's good to have you back either way.
Are these peanuts shelled? Or are
they're shelled and honey roasted. Yeah,
right.
It's from.
I just want to know if Gilbetta was eating them with the shells on.
Oh yeah, no, they're from Lilith's garden. We canonically put what was in Lilith's garden in a list, and that is going to affect what we're putting out for meals now.
All right, I want to make sure that list ends up in the wiki.
Oh, absolutely! Look, it's going to go in.
You said it's canon, so now it has to go on record.
It's
the word canon was said.
It's going to happen. Redan has moved to the Monday show. He has swapped places with Richard / his new persona, Lucas.
And for those of you watching on YouTube later, that was a response to a Twitch question. You can ask Twitch questions live if you watch live on Twitch.
That is true. Now then,
get to know us.
Absolutely, get to know us better. We're nice people, I think, for the most part. I've been told them surely. Anyways,
you guys are nice people.
Yeah, you guys are nice people. So you have time in the bar, and after a little bit, Sharp comes up to you, Gilbetta, and she says, "So what do you think of the skylight? I was thinking we put stained glass on it, but that's going to filter the moonlight. But if we do it clear, it feels like it's missing something." And she's got some sketches and stuff laid out, and she's kind of...
I think stained glass is great.
Stained glass?
Yeah.
Okay. I have some drawings. Okay. And I'll be honest, all of them are lewd.
Okay.
Is that okay? Is that direction we want to go with this?
Why am I not surprised? How lewd?
And she shows it there are depictions. And you recognize the depictions that take some artistic liberties with nights the two of you have spent together.
All right, babe, I think, look, these are great. Okay, I don't want to discourage your art.
Nobody's going to know it's us. That's what I'm saying. Okay, well, if I leave the faces off of it.
Babe.
All right.
Let me think on it.
Okay.
Maybe we do Maybe drop some simple moon images or the tide rolling in. Something like that.
I'll go back to square one, but what can I say? You inspire me.
That's great. I love you.
Love you too, babe.
But we can't use those. but save them. Don't get rid of them.
keep those. Okay, I'm probably going to ask later, but I'm going to go back. You take care of yourself.
Okay. Rolda chimes in. You should talk to the really pale girl at the library. She draws real good.
Oh, that's a good idea. She just goes. She's like, okay. There's a thing. I just got a really great idea.
Gilbetta was like 25-75, concerned that she was going to be a little offended. So that's why Gilbetta was like, okay, cool. Like, good. This is fine.
And then the time comes and Spoonie goes to the stage and he says, all right, so now y'all are probably tired of listening to little old me sing here. So it's time for Lady of Avalon, keep Lilith Singer to take the stage.
Oh, boy.
Go get him, Lil.
I'ma try. All right. I got this.
Is this in character?
All right.
I like to think it is. I like to think she has this full preamble before she starts every show.
Because I don't have to skip everywure.
And she's kind of drunk, so she's doing half on stage.
Cutting.
Yeah. Oh no, it's gonna be great.
Bits of a song to make it work for this moment.
Go for it.
Anyways. Doesn't get easier. Right. Hey, this is not a funeral. It's a revolution after all. Your tears have turned to rage. Just wait. Everything will be okay. Even when you're feeling like it's going down in flames. Oh, people like us, we gotta stick together. Keep your head up, nothing lasts forever. Here's to the damned, to the lost and forgotten. It's hard to get high when you're living at the bottom. Oh, we are all misfits living in a world of fire. Sing it for the people like us, the people like us. They can't do nothing to you, they can't do nothing to me. This is the life that we choose, this is the life that we bleed. So throw your fists in the air, come out if you dare. Tonight we're gonna change forever. Something like that.
Yeah. Of course, there was something about fire in there.
Yeah, of course. I'm lit. Presentation. I got fire.
No, it's like fireworks and stuff. It's very theatrical.
Actually, I would like to imagine that Lily gets so into that she actually releases her special move and she's just on fire.
She accidentally says
built-in pyrotechnics.
People have to like put out the stage afterwards.
The stage crew comes on and are like, oh, damn it, she burned the stage again. Get the varnish.
Every time with this. Okay.
You're welcome, people.
I imagine given that it's Cookie's Crab Shack, it's just that the curtain closes and when it reopens, it's fixed.
Yeah. Just goes back up. So that goes off. Everybody kind of like cheers and claps along. And the song plays out. And this is what life at the Keep has been like for these past few weeks. It has been leisurely. It has been kind and sweet. And you've been able to enjoy this bizarre, chaotic home that you all have here.
I don't like the tense that this was in. This was in past tense. It has been.
God damn it! Here we fucking go.
And after the song ends, the sound of horses marching in unison, the sound of clattering armor comes up on the keep. And everybody kind of goes over the windows and they're looking outside. And outside is a group of about 20 to 30 armored humans decked out in full plate, flying the banners of the Lord's Alliance and of Waterdeep.
More paladins! He was a scout! I told
you! Yeah, these aren't mine.
And now she looks even more scared, and she's hiding behind Gilbetta.
Wonderful. The number of humans are increasing here.
And they come up, and one man lifts his helmet, and everyone stops behind him. And the banners kind of wave in the wind. And he says, "I've come to speak with the mistress of this keep."
And Gilbetta just steps. I imagine everybody's kind of like standing in a line at this point.
Well, they're like in a formation right now, and he's at the front of it. Oh, you guys. Like, you guys are, wherever you want to be at.
I am directly behind you, and if you're going to walk forward, I'm going to stay where I am.
And Gilbetta steps forward.
I'm nearby.
I want to imagine that Lilith kind of takes a step forward, and then Caesar takes over, and she's like, "Oh, okay then."
And well, Lilith, you can do that. And in fact, this man ignores you. He acts like you're not even there. He assumes that you could not possibly be anyone in charge and speaks directly to Gilbetta. And you know this form of dismissal for what it is.
Fucking told you Paladins are fucking racist.
Oh, Lilith is heated. There's
Maybe
probably a little bit of a heat wave coming off of her.
And he says, "I am Commander Russ Calloway of the Waterdeep Reserve Expeditionary Knights. My men have traveled far, and we require rest and supplies. I have the necessary paperwork, and I trust you will provide them. You will be reimbursed by the Lord's Alliance."
I'm sorry, our keep is currently full.
Lilith, please. Let's look at the man's paperwork. And Gilbetta reaches out her hand for the paperwork.
He hands you paperwork. It is official paperwork from the Lord's Alliance and from Waterdeep. It details that this is a force that has been tasked with patrolling the countryside to identify early rumblings of large-scale threats.
Jid, where were you last week?
Fucking right.
Does it say when this little group was banded?
It was formed a few weeks ago, shortly after the attack on the keep and after the debacle of the rollout of the Iron Party by Zelos Industries.
Gilbetta says, so Waterdeep has decided to actually send out parties to make sure nothing happens.
A contingent of knights. We are well trained, and we are identifying threats as they come. And he turns to you, and you can see now that along the right side of his face, he has this gnarly scar that goes all the way from his forehead down to his lip, and his eye is milky white as a result of it.
Is he like devilishly handsome and chiseled besides that, though? Is he like weird hot?
No, he's like a rugged old veteran. Oh, he keeps himself very well, but he's like, I don't know if I would call him ruggedly hot. But he's got shining plate, and he says, "So I trust we can enter. Everything is in order."
Is this paperwork? Gilbetta will probably know. Is this paperwork something that Gilbetta thinks that she should hang on to? Is this her because she wants to make sure that she has this copy or a copy?
There is a note of reimbursement, and you believe that is the piece that you're supposed to keep.
Okay. Gilbetta like takes off like the part that she's supposed to keep and hands him back like the other, and she says, "Very well, but cause trouble in my home and you will be dealt with appropriately."
I'm wide-eyed at Gilbetta.
Of course. And I would ask the same of you. And he rides his men into the keep, and as he does, he shouts back to you. He says, "We won't be long. I'll give you a list of what we require, or we may need to avail ourselves of your blacksmith."
Of course. Have everything sent over.
And they all ride inside and into the center. And they begin to dismount their horses and prepare a list of supplies. And as they do this, you hear, "No, Talem, come back. That's not for dragons." And Talem flies out of an open window of the crab shack, followed by William. And William dives out and tackles Talem and wrestles him to the ground, trying to get this pouch out of his mouth. And there's a moment where everything stops. And this entire contingent of soldiers turns, draws swords, and readies spells, staring at William.
Lilith charges in.
And we're taking a break right there.
I was going to do it. I knew he was going to take a break.
Rolda fucking told you this was going
to be... Lilith was at that ready of just like not...
Lucas suddenly appears in front.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Lilith's gonna fly over.
We're going to head to our break. It's going to be a 20-minute break, and we will pull the giveaway names in that time. Sorry, I'm just trying to take this off so I can show it to you at the camera. So for this giveaway on the break, we're going to be pulling 4 names.
Okay.
Who are pulled are going to win an AKA pin, and they will be an AKA pin, or if you're not into it, if you're a gamer, you could win a game code, which we have a great selection of. And the way it's going to work is first name that gets pulled is going to get first pick off a list of different color schemes for pin and die combo, or for a game, whatever they do. And then I'll go on through them. Now, if you win at the halftime, that does not disqualify you from winning at the end of the show, which is when we're going to be giving away the... Hold on, I got to open this back up because you just got to say that. We're going to be giving away the... Elderwood Academy made these for us to give away to you, these custom Mercenaries of Mischief aromatic cedar hex chests. So if you want to win that, you got to stay till the end, but be sure to jump in the halftime as well, because even if you win at halftime, it doesn't disqualify you from winning this bad boy at the end. So make sure you type in literally anything over the course of the next 10 minutes so that when we pull names halfway through the break, you're counted into the giveaway. That's all I got for you.
All right. We will be back shortly.
In 20 minutes.
And we're back.
So, shit. Left that computer in the other room. I'll be right back. But we got some winners for those. We'll be reaching out to you. Faded Rune, Gaudy Squirrel, Mariana, and who is the fourth? I don't know. But we'll be reaching out to you to get those to you. You are still eligible for the Hex chest at the end. I'll be back in 1 second.
Underscape.
Other announcement. Yeah, don't forget that we're doing a Hex chest at the end. Do a minute of announcement. Puck, I'll be right back.
Okay. Congratulations to all the winners. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the season premiere. Those of you who are wondering where Redan is, Redan and the player formerly known as Richard have swapped places. And you can tune in on Monday to see Redan. Now, when last we left our heroes, a group of knights had arrived at the keep, asking that they be given supplies and service from the keep.
I feel like asking is the wrong word for what they did.
They had paperwork. They requested.
I don't like them.
I didn't really test whether or not we could say no.
That's fair. They moved into the keep, and then a young boy who is half demon chased a baby dragon out of a window, and everybody lost their shit. So, as that occurs, almost instantly, Melissa is in front of William, wings out, spear drawn. Who else is jumping in front of William?
Dimension door.
Gilbetta.
Yeah. Oh, are they really close or far away?
They're a bit deeper in at this point. Lucas jumps in.
Yeah, dimension door. I get right next to Melissa, and I get my arrow out and bow.
So it's just like
yes.
People piled up in front of William, and there's a tense moment. And Captain Russ.
Oh, I was going to say, like, lower your weapons.
Says, put your weapons away, men. We have been informed about this place. Let's not make a nuisance of ourselves.
I'm a little late on that.
And it's slow and it's shaky, but eventually all of the soldiers resheathe their swords.
Mr. Caraway.
Captain,
you will see to it that your men harm no one in this place.
Indeed. My apologies.
I look at Gilbetta bewildered once again and be like, are you kidding me? Kind of look.
My apologies. I am embarrassed.
You all should be embarrassed.
We were informed of the unorthodox nature of your organization. However, it seems my men were unprepared. I apologize.
I'm not here to discuss politics with you about how we run our home and our establishment, but what I am here to do is to protect it.
I understand.
So if they need to be prepared, prepare them.
I will do what I can.
If this happens again, you will be asked to leave immediately.
Very well.
Pick William and Melissa, like, and I look at Gilbetta and be like unbelievable, and storm off.
William hasn't even noticed what exactly transpired, and he's still fighting with Talem to get this package out of his mouth, out of her mouth.
So cute.
He's like, it's not for dragons.
I'm conflicted because I'm definitely on Lilith's side of this argument, but I'm in general, as a rule, on Gilbetta's side now that Redan has not been around as much anymore. So I kind of stand there awkwardly and then go into a third direction.
That's fair.
And Melissa quickly gathers up William and Talem and goes back inside.
Are you both all right?
We're good. That's
best to stay away from people like them. We know they're kind.
Don't we always? So she takes William inside. She kind of whispers to him, "We've put up the other form, William, just for now." And as she goes inside, she puts on the illusion of her human form as well.
Lilith looks really sad that they have to do that.
Put Talem up in your room.
Did he bust the window? Like, was the window open, or did he?
It's open. He didn't break it. It was just open.
I was really curious, but then everything kind of popped off, so I didn't get to ask.
Gilbetta, you're gonna hate me. Last thing when they run off, I've been like, I'll see if I can get them in and out of here as soon as possible.
And
I know.
There's some cross wires here.
We're gonna be clashing, man. Makes me sad.
All right. So that happens, and this tense moment loosens a little bit with time. And all of these men dismount from their horses and begin requisitioning supplies. And Commander Russ, Captain Russ, insists on dealing with you directly, Gilbetta.
Okay.
Wyrmspit attempts to take over the requisitioning of supplies and materials, but Captain Russ insists on dealing with you.
Of course he does.
Rolda reemerges sort of from the underground part of the goblinoid village at some point, wearing her wig once again, and makes her way over to the crab shack to kind of hang close to the kitchen with Melissa.
But then you probably see Lilith leaving, and as she passes you, she'll be looking at you and be like, "Are you all right?"
I'm going to stay by Melissa because she seems to know how to stay out of the way.
All right. And I head over.
We're always fine.
Gotta bloody make sure everything's fine.
Gilbetta walks up to the captain. She says, "Captain, I've heard that you don't want to speak directly with Wyrmspit."
Oh, is that his name?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Is he legitimately in some official capacity here?
Yes. And he is the one that you will work with. Maybe it's time for you to set an example for your men of how to behave on our property.
This is very unusual. I will do my best to adapt.
As you shall. And Gilbetta turns and leaves, and she goes to talk to Cookie.
All right. Cookie is upset.
She is going to ask to speak with Cookie privately. Not necessarily from the party, but just to where none of these ruffians are.
Cookie invites you into his icebox.
I like to think that Gilbetta and Lilith bump into each other, but maybe I got lost.
Oh, I don't know. You can bump into each other if you want, but what is this interaction you're wanting to have?
Actually, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go do your thing. I'll imagine Lilith wasn't sure where. Doesn't know.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
He says, as soon as the icebox is closed, Cookie says, "You handled it right. And I don't like it either."
I hate it, but it is not a thing politically that we can really afford to accuse ourselves from at the moment.
Yes, and that's why you handled it right.
I have told them that if something happens again, they will be forced to leave.
I'll be keeping an eye out on them as well.
As will I. I don't think anyone here will be not watching them at any moment. Hopefully, they will be in and out in a matter of a day or two.
Nothing but a bunch of hired swords for scared old men.
Yes. But unfortunately, like I said, not really something that we can turn down right now.
No. But I back you up on the decision for what it's worth.
I appreciate that. I'm not sure some of the others feel the same. But hard decisions have to be made.
It's easy to forget the way the world remains outside our home.
Yes.
We're lucky here.
Yeah. I have also told the captain that he is to set an example for his men and work directly with Wyrmspit.
All right, then. Hopefully we can get him out of here quick.
I share the same sentiment, Cookie. I truly hope that they will leave shortly.
Well, I'll do what I can.
Thank you. And she goes to turn and leave, and then she kind of turns back, and she kind of looks at Cookie and she says, I think I understand him now more than I ever did.
It's never easy having to be the one who's got to make the hard calls.
Yeah. My journey with the rest of the Kashanos was very eye-opening. So, while I'm not going to do what he would have done, I'm going to take all the things he taught and showed me into account when I make my decisions, especially as headmistress of this academy.
Well, you're doing all right now.
Thank you, Cookie. And she turns and walks out.
All right.
Hold up a second. I think an ad just started running.
Yes, it did. I just saw it come up here.
Weird.
We don't want to miss any major story beats.
Come on now.
But for our subscribers who aren't saying that, be sure to join us on the Karis. Are you a subscriber?
If you're a subscriber, you don't see it.
She said,
Twitch is getting wonky. So just to make sure, we're gonna wait another 20 seconds.
All right.
Okay.
We're good?
Be sure to join us on February 22nd for a Star Study event. Blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
absolutely.
Make sure to hang out till the end for another giveaway.
Absolutely. Giveaways at the end.
And also, blue.
Many giveaways.
Okay, we're back.
All right, we're good.
We were probably good the whole time. I don't know.
Okay.
A couple people said they got ads, it seems.
Yeah.
Okay, well, don't worry. I think we stopped any story stuff from happening. So if you got to refresh your page, do it real quick, and we'll be good to go.
All right.
I think some people need to refresh. Someone said that their stream's freezing up now.
Yeah,
give it a refresh and see what happens.
You're refreshing.
Okay.
Okay.
You'll be back with us in a second. Sorry. Shit's wild.
So after this, season 2, we got new stuff. We're working it out. It's coming through. So after this tense moment is alleviated a little bit, and now all these guys have dismounted and are kind of like taking over the main thoroughfare of the keep. How are you guys all approaching this now?
Hostility. She's just keeping an eye on them.
I'm staying out of the way.
Gilbetta is giving a wide enough berth not to cause problems, but not so wide that she can't step in if anything happens.
I feel like at this point,
Lucas is just
Wyrmspit's kind of the teacher. Melissa is sort of like big sister protector when Gilbetta and them are not around. So I'm probably with Melissa, whether that's in the kitchen or the brewery. Is there a brewery now?
There is a brewery now. It is attached as part of the Crab Shack.
Okay. I'm with her.
All right. So things go pretty smoothly. There are some hiccups along the way, but they're all relatively minor. And eventually everyone is getting supplied. There's some small armor work, but Bart is quick with his hammer and he's able to get things done rather quickly. And Wyrmspit organizes whatever services these people require. If you guys are watching them closely, I need everyone who's watching them very closely to do an insight check for me.
Oh, come on. That's my worst.
I'm looking for Gilbetta at this point. I don't think I
just a kind of side question. Are there any like interns working with Wendell Gearstrip at this time?
Not yet.
Okay.
Any chance can my group of orcs be? They probably don't even know what's going on.
No.
We got some translation issues we got to work out.
You got any insight for me, Lilith?
With my 2.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
I hate this.
Gilbetta, you notice it.
Gilbetta knows.
Yeah. In watching it, you notice a difference between the way Captain Russ and the rest of his men act. Most different, you find that he is more proper. And you get the impression that he is, in fact, attempting to adapt to the situation, but he's like an old dog. So you do see him struggling situation to situation to try and put the best face.
Okay, but the main moral is he's not outwardly like offending anyone or like.
You get the impression that he's doing his best, but he's probably still offending quite a few people.
Well,
he offended me.
Yeah, no, like that's the thing.
Well, everything offends you.
Yes.
This one's more personal, my dear.
It is very personal. It was by design.
Yeah, no, Lilith is sticking pretty close.
What about his men? Are they?
They are less so.
Okay.
And you can see there are scowls on a couple faces. They're looking at the people who live here and kind of whispering to each other and chuckling. You get the impression that his men are not trying to navigate this situation as carefully as he is.
Right.
They're goons, basically.
Yeah. That's as I expected.
Mm-hmm.
But he's for Gilbetta, he's kind of the most important one. Like if he's doing it,
yeah.
And like if something happens, then if he's already been kind of practicing this, maybe they'll, he's going to be more likely to command them to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like if something happens, like the situation that happened outside.
You do see him kind of like shouting at them sometimes when they get a little too out of line.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a lot of people for one guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right.
I'm just going to continue to kind of monitor. I'm going to continue to monitor the situation.
Okay.
Lilith will probably pester and be like, so how much longer do you think it'll be until you're out?
If you pester Captain Russ, he says, my apologies, we should have things sorted out shortly.
Define shortly, if you could, please.
We're currently just waiting on the remainder of our armor work, and we will be out of your hair. I apologize, I don't think we've been properly introduced.
No, we haven't.
I may have made some assumptions earlier, and I did not mean to offend you.
Lilith is not being nice. I'm sorry.
No, look, if that's her response to it, that's fine.
I guess after a long pause, she'll say, Lilith.
Lilith. You're the
Lady of the Keep.
And he kind of grimaces a little bit. Says, I am ashamed once again. I apologize. I frequently do not recognize the world in which I reside anymore. And because of that, I find I am ill-equipped for some interactions. So I apologize.
Well, as long as no other negative interactions continue, things should be well.
We will do what we can.
And Lilith would just kind of give that space, but still keep an eye. She's like in like big sister mode. Just gotta protect these guys.
After that like explosive fucking introduction, there's like no.
Yeah, Lilith in her mind is just like, these people don't change.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so Lucas, you were gonna go find Gilbetta?
Yeah, just hand over my credentials.
Is it written? Is it still written on the back of the?
It's still written on the back of a one. He doesn't have any other paper.
She'll read over it. See what it says.
It's mostly the murderonomy is one of the things that's on it, definitely. Still, it's mostly about how he was briefly a general in his old country.
Okay. The treason thing is starting to line up more a little now in Gilbetta's mind.
Just putting the pieces together.
Yeah. She says, perfect. And she I don't know, I guess she rolls it up and puts it in her bag. And she says, I don't know you. I will take some time to get to know you before just handing over a position, of course.
Of course.
But stick around. I know things are a little tumultuous right now, but stick around and there may be a position for you in the future. And in the meantime, you can certainly travel with us and we can see where things go.
I mean, how else do you get to know people?
Exactly. My thoughts precisely.
So,
oh no, she was just gonna say, and we do have Richard was part of that team, but he's now not necessarily retired, but he's moved on from us.
Pretty retired.
Well, he still has to work. He owns a bar. But do we have another team of mostly warlocks and one that doesn't exactly know what is going on in his head right now? But you will meet them at some point as well.
Sounds nice.
Absolutely. Again, apologies for the high emotion events on your first day here.
It's all right. And with the "it's all right," you just kind of get an aura of anger. Not directed towards you in any way. Kind of, he looks over at the band of brigands. Just rage seems to be flowing off him.
And
I'll do my best to restrain.
Yeah, she kind of feels it and she says, "Trust me, I understand. But while our home is a safe place for all, the rest, we still have to operate with the rest of the world."
That's less my concern, but I'm growing to get that.
And besides, your murderology degree will come in handy if things go awry.
Yes, a man with a pencil mustache said that'd be a better way to write it down.
I am not shocked that he would say that. And Gilbetta just kind of sits back and like continues just eating, just picking at her food, watching the fuckwads.
Yeah.
All right. Gilbetta, while you're eating, Captain Russ comes over and stands by your table holding his helmet. He says, "May I sit for a moment?"
Of course, Captain.
And he sets his helmet on the table and sits down with you.
I'll excuse myself.
Of course. Chat with you soon, Lucas.
We're
a
almost
table or two away, but still.
Oh yeah. We're almost complete here. Just got to load up and we'll be on our way. Miss Fucking Knot, may I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
How long have you lived in the Sword Coast?
Off and on, my whole life. Give or take a few years.
I was raised here, not in the busy streets of Waterdeep. No, believe it or not, I'm but a simple farmer by trade. My family's lived on these lands for years. I truly do love this place. I would do anything to protect it, and I get the feeling that you are of the same mind, that it is also important to you to protect your home.
He's talking about the Sword Coast or the...
It depends on what you refer to as your home.
I mean,
for
the
me,
keep is mine.
It's everywhere. Very well. I just thought it'd be neat to talk. My men and I, we were traveling just to the south of here, around the high moors near Dragonspear Castle. We had heard that there were possibility of a dragon cult starting up again around that area. However, as is our duty, we were not given specific orders from the Lord's Alliance or the Lords of Waterdeep to investigate. And we had to move on to other areas. But if someone who is not tethered by those kinds of things knew about it, perhaps they could check it out.
Potentially. Is there any basis?
The reports were anonymous. That's likely why we were asked not to follow up on them. Although I do have some concerns that the rich men who make these decisions generally don't know what the best interests of the people of these lands are. And for that, I am thankful that there are free agents who have the best interests at heart.
Yes, I would say that anyone who thought a king had the best interests at their heart is a right fool.
So perhaps I'm a better judge of character than I thought I was. It's comforting.
Character, maybe. Outward appearance, certainly not, sir.
Indeed. And I make no excuses for my failings. I am an old man, and the world has changed a lot.
He's a human, right?
Yes.
Gilbetta says, Captain, you haven't seen change until you've seen 300 years of change.
I suppose you're right. It must give you a grander perspective on things.
It didn't for a long time. But the past year has probably changed me more than the 299 before that did.
That's fair. Well, either way, if you're taking a trip south, maybe check in on Dragonspear.
Will you? And she'll take out she carries a notebook around, so she'll take out like a piece of paper and she'll say, she'll just ask him to write down the details of the report that they received and everything like that.
He draws a crude map and then draws an X on it. He says, just making conversation. I can't tell you anything officially.
Of course. I appreciate you letting me know.
We need to protect our home.
Of course. If anything else comes up that you can't officially investigate, feel free to let us know.
It seems we are on the same page.
You may be redeemable. Not so sure about your men.
No. But one goes to war with the army one has.
See, that's why I'm here. I picked my army because they're my family. Because I love them even when I hate them.
We should all be so lucky.
This is a special place.
Indeed. We'll be out of your hair shortly.
Much appreciated. Some of my family are on edge.
I understand.
All around.
And the conversation is interrupted by one of the soldiers yelling out, "Get away from me, you goblinoid piece of shit!" And there's a clatter as Wyrmspit is tossed to the ground.
Gilbetta's on him like white on rice.
And as fast as you are on him, Captain Russ is also on him. And a fist collides with this gentleman's jaw, and he tumbles to the floor as well.
Quick question. Does he let Gilbetta get a punch in first?
I'm going to let Gilbetta decide that.
Does Russ stop her, or does he let her get one? And then
Roll initiative.
Well, actually, roll initiative, and we'll see who gets there faster, you or Russ.
Okay, sure.
Also,
Hey, look, if you want to punch him too.
This is going to be...
I'm in the other room.
no.
No. All right, well, Russ pulled a 14.
No, he gets there first.
He's pretty spry for an old guy.
Yeah.
So you all rush towards this dude, but Russ lays him out on the ground. And he says, "Sir Eglamour, you will conduct yourself as a guest here. I believe we've worn out our welcome. I apologize. We'll be on our way now. Get your things." And he pulls them up off the ground, shoves them out the door.
And the rest of them follow, yes.
Oh, yes, they all get their stuff together. Wyrmspit gets up and kind of dusts himself off.
Are you okay, Wyrmspit?
I'm fine. This is not new behavior. I had hoped that perhaps I could lighten a few of them.
Maybe not a few, but maybe one.
Yes.
And everything starts with one.
I suppose you're right. But I remain undaunted.
I have no doubt.
Oh, I forgot to mention to you.
Oh,
I've been communicating with perhaps a new friend interested in adopting the program.
really?
Yes. I still have many letters to exchange with him, but there is potential.
What's his name?
Oh, it's anonymous right now. But as soon as I have a name, I will let you know. It's all part of the steps.
Okay. Just proceed with caution.
Of course.
I don't want anything nefarious to happen.
John's face right now.
I mean, part of the... I'm imagining you already have the name, but a good reason for always withholding a name is so you don't end up with Boblin the Goblin.
Boblin the Goblin. All right. So eventually...
Come on, they wouldn't be anonymous if it wasn't somebody we already met.
Yeah, I know.
You know this.
Gilbetta doesn't know that, but
There's a former nemesis. Kushano would have immediately known this. Maybe you need to go back for a second round of classes.
He's like, well, that's obviously somebody we haven't killed yet.
did you not hear me tell him to be careful? That's clearly what she... Okay.
Oh no, you got the general thing. It's the nuance.
So
you'll get to it.
Eventually, the Waterdeep Reserve Expeditionary Knights gather up their things and leave with a detailed receipt for reimbursement for you to hand in to the Lord's Alliance. Captain Russ apologizes one more time before he leaves. Oh, I'm dropping shit. And yeah, they take off into the night as evening has begun to descend here.
Good.
And the collective held breath of the keep
Woo!
lets loose.
Woo! It was... Damn.
And everyone's bunched up, tightened up from these outsiders being here that don't understand how this works, settles down.
Where is Lucas?
Where is Lucas?
Kind of after seeing the exchange. So when the exchange started, the sword kind of goes right back to where it was. And he's
Later
sitting
in the
down in a
evening.
booth. Later in the evening, he's kind of found a stump somewhere that he's just sitting.
Rolda, still in wig, will approach him. And just kind of sit near him, like she's trying to act like she's not coming over there because he's there, but there's absolutely no one or nothing else around, so it's really blatantly obvious. And she's gonna sit like kind of around the corner from the stump and just kind of peek over at him every once in a while.
Why the wig?
Why the helmet?
Touche.
Did you know those guys?
No. But I know men like them.
Me too. I saw the poster. Did you do something bad?
Depends on who you ask. Some say yes. Others would treat me as heroic for what I did.
Oh no, I was asking you.
All I know is I left.
Yeah. I thought I knew what good was and bad was. But maybe I'm wrong.
Good and bad are subjective. What's good to some is bad to others. And what's bad to some, good to others. The only way that you can truly learn is to ask how it affects you and how it will affect others. You cannot live a life hoping to please. Only a life.
Well, I'm here to help. That's all I know.
Then make sure that you're the best at it.
Why are you here?
You kind of see Lucas looks up a bit, kind of to the sky. Because I need to get stronger. I need to get stronger.
I don't know if this is the best place for that. I've seen a lot of adventurers, and I think everyone here is still kind of figuring it out.
Let me put it this way. There's a great evil I need to stop. And unfortunately, I am not strong enough to do that yet. One day I will be. But today isn't that day.
How do you decide what's evil?
You know it in your heart. You watch how it affects others. You weigh the consequences.
Thank you.
It's supposed to be underneath that.
It's subjective, and it's hard to know. Sometimes you just need to have your eyes opened.
But isn't there like a spell for it too?
Depends on who you ask.
Life was easier before.
Life was always easier before. It's complicated now, because we know. And there's no way to not know. Remember, easier doesn't mean better. I'm kind of getting up off the stump.
We're just gonna sit there for a while and think. But as he's going, just say, you can probably take your helmet off here when there aren't strange people around if you want to. But you can leave it on too.
Someday, little friend. But not today. And just walks off, kind of aimlessly.
Gilbetta is, once everything has calmed down, she's going to go around and check on everybody, saving Lilith for last.
All right.
Probably mostly because she don't know where she doesn't know where, like, I don't know if she's there, she'll save her for last.
Just a heads up. After I did the rounds like you were about to do, if you ask, Lilith is going to be with Cherry sparring to get the anger out.
All right. So you do the rounds. Everybody's there. There's a lot of reports of rudeness.
Yeah.
But everybody's okay.
Okay.
And eventually you find Lilith fighting with Cherry in the trading hall.
Okay.
You might hear her talking as she swings the blade. Honestly, people like that should be burning in hell. They never change. None of them do. Things of that sort.
Gilbetta will just she'll kind of like come in and just kind of stand there and watch for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
And then when she says something like that, Gilbetta will say, "You're probably right."
And you allow them to be in our home.
What would you have me do?
You turn them away. You have that right.
Make another enemy?
Why is that? Why is turning someone away an enemy? Just... We were a fool. Max capacity. You could have talked your way into having them go find another place. We could have recommended them another place to go to. And instead, we endanger our people by having those racist assholes here.
I know you're mad.
Pulling out a sword,
and that's okay.
Child, Gilbetta. Their welcome was done when they did that.
Someone has to make tough decisions that nobody else wants to make.
We don't have to welcome the bad ones.
Well, we got a useful tip. Apparently, there's word of a dragon cult starting down a dragon spire.
The hell is that?
Could be bad news. they can't officially investigate it. But
What does that have to do with us?
I'm sorry. Do you want a dragon cult to start?
I don't even know what they are. Cult of good? Cult of bad? Cult of... I don't know.
A religion check would tell you all kinds of things.
For Lilith? All right, I'll roll it for funsies.
I have a feeling about something, but I don't know. And Rolda probably wouldn't either. Actually, she may have learned recently.
Well, look, a religion check by Lilith might tell her something, and a religion check by Gilbetta might give her information to explain to Lilith.
-1
just throwing it out
religion.
there.
You hear that all? -1. Let's see how this rolls.
To be fair, you were locked in a dungeon most of your life.
Yeah,
To be
I'm
fair.
trying to incorporate the whole...
That's a
Lilith is
23
pretty
for
ignorant,
Gilbetta.
too.
So, Gilbetta, you know that the dragon cult has always existed in this area. It is essentially a fanatical following of Tiamat worshippers. And they have an on-again, off-again efforts to bring Tiamat into the prime material plane in a new body.
Of course, more gods.
Do dragon cults like take a particular interest in any certain kind of creature or any certain kind of variation of that creature?
They tend to take a primary interest in chromatic dragons.
Okay.
As for kobolds, they do tend to recruit kobolds that worship dragons because they're easy prey for
Fucking
indoctrination.
Rolda's gonna be joining the dragon cult.
Yeah. Generally, if you want people to worship a dragon, kobolds are the first place you go.
I have come to my new home. I'm sorry.
I mean,
That was spot on.
accurate.
I'll try to incorporate that when I do disguise self as Rolda one day.
You're way too tall to this guy. You can only adjust your height by a foot.
No, I got my new level. We leveled up, dude.
She's got
Oh,
powers.
you got some other shit. Okay.
Yeah.
She
I don't
can
know.
she can just
I don't know.
Walk
I'm a
around
cleric
on
now.
her
I don't know how
knees.
bards work.
and Gilbetta she'll kind of recite some of that, and she'll say they most of them worship Tiamat and try to materialize Tiamat onto this plane. So not great.
Yeah, 5-headed dragon god. Would not recommend.
And I've discussed with Russ, and based on his experience, anything they can't investigate, I've told them to let us know of any potential dangers to the Sword Coast.
And you believe him.
We'll see after this.
Scummy piece of shit human that he is. If you're so worried about this, sounds like something to be worried about, then why don't we just have our own scout?
That's fine. The point was, I know you didn't like it. I didn't like it. None of us did.
I was livid.
But sometimes we have to do things we don't like in order to gain advantages we need.
Sounds like the story of my life, my younger years.
And Gilbetta just turns on heel and leaves.
All right.
Not in like an angry way, just like,
Discussion's done.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can't, I'm not dealing with this. I have other shit to worry about than your temper tantrum. Like I don't.
It's
Like-
been a long day. It's been a
Lilith-
long ass day.
Yeah.
Mumbles to herself. And for a moment, I actually forgot that I was a tiefling of some sort.
Can I do a perception check, see if I hear?
You can look, do it.
All right.
Do it. I'll tell you if you pick it up.
All right. Well,
What are your elf ears here?
I'm gonna make damn sure I pick it up because I'm gonna use my clockwork amulet.
I'm sorry, what's this now? New surprise gear.
Yeah, you're not the only one who went on a side quest.
Hey, all I got were sleeping darts, all right? That's not a big deal.
You got other stuff too. I put it in your inventory.
And 20 orcs, I forgot about that.
So I'm going to use my clockwork amulet to get an automatic 10 on the die, plus my fucking 8 perception gives me an 18.
Wow, you really wanted to hear that.
So let me tell you how this works.
That's fine.
Right.
So you grasp your clockwork amulet, and the steady ticking that comes out of it slows. And it slows down until it perfectly captures this moment where Lilith utters those words.
Okay.
And it is presented to you clear.
Okay. That's cool shit.
And then everything resumes.
And Gilbetta, she puts the amulet down, and right before she walks out the door, and she says, "Don't forget that you're so much more than that too." And she walks out.
No.
Takes it in. Looks down. Smiles a bit with like a smirk and like. But yeah, that was really good.
God,
I would like to point out that on this show, at least, all of the people who refuse to express their feelings are women. Like most of the men in this show are like, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel. I love you, and it hurts me when you're mean.
Passive aggressive, man. Passive aggressive.
Are we channeling Penn now? Okay.
We're channeling something.
Okay, so that goes on. Gilbetta, I imagine you're going for a swim or...
Oh, fuck yes.
Okay. Sharp is there to greet you for your swim.
Yeah, babe, what's up?
She's like, long day?
The longest.
Yeah, kind of got that. It's over now.
Assholes.
Right? But
And
you did great.
And Gilbetta just lets it loose on Sharp, because with nobody else does she feel...
Because you don't have to be headmistress Gilbetta with Sharp.
Yeah, she just lets it. She's like, these fucking assholes, they come in here and they fucking shit up, and like she lets it all out, and then she talks about, like these guys, and then she's like, and then the captain, may have some redeeming qualities. He kind of started to see the bigger picture at the end, and kind of start to fill her in on all that.
All right. She just lets you unload. This is the ritual that the two of you have worked out.
Yeah.
And she just like takes care of you and like helps you all through it.
We just take turns, I imagine.
Yeah. Just like, and it's all reinforcing you and telling you, oh, you did great. You're phenomenal. It's fine. You did good.
Yep.
And
pretty much.
That goes on. Does anybody else want to do anything before nighttime?
I think Rolda's just kind of sitting out by that stump and just sort of looking up into the stars and chatting at Kellenbor. Just like, yeah, and I don't know why. It's been a while since I heard from you or anybody up there. So I don't know if am I supposed to stay here or go, because it's been a while since everything went dark too, so I don't know, am I still supposed to be talking to you, or is there somebody new? But I'm having fun, and I made a bunch of new friends today. And she goes on and talks about all the orcs, and talks about how she's not so sure about Lucas, so if somebody could let her know whether he's cool or not, that would be great. And yeah, just kind of trails off and at some point probably nods off for a minute, and then when she realizes she's falling asleep, she goes back down to the cobalt room, the cobalt tunnels, and goes back.
All right. Lucas, what do you want to do with your evening?
I'm kind of realizing I have no place to sleep.
It's like, I just picture him walking through the keep in the middle of the night, and then he just looks up and he goes, shit.
Is he used to sleeping rough, or is he used to sleeping, having a place to sleep?
Little column A, little column B.
I'd imagine Cookie would have helped you.
Yeah, like, I mean, if you go back to the crab shack, he'll give you a room. Like,
it was a busy day. He was dealing with, managing stuff, putting out fires.
We wake up in the morning, we're like, where's Lucas? And everybody's like, I don't know. He's like in the bell of hay somewhere, just like.
Oh no, I'm just imagining it in the middle of the courtyard, kind of arms.
Yeah, just like sleeping.
God damn it.
All right.
I feel like he's. In the stable would be. Did he make it over to the stable? Did he see what lives in in our stables? The collection of the menagerie of eldritch horrors in our stable.
They are dinosaurs, sir.
Dinosaurs.
There's science.
There's dinosaurs. There's a Pegasus. There's what the fuck else do we have in there? There's a nightmare.
There's a nightmare. There's
I think
a Pegasus.
nightmare counts as eldritch horror. Sorry, it's fairy horror, but
we don't have one normal horse.
We do.
We have one normal horse.
We have one normal horse
and one normal mule. Petey and what was it? Nicole.
Yeah.
That was it.
I'm pretty much gonna walk back over to the crab shack though and go find Cookie and just go, yeah, how much do I have to pay for a room?
Nothing at all. You stuck by and you were ready to knock out that asshole. Your room's on me tonight. You can go ahead and have a sleep.
Okay, then how much does it cost the next night?
Well, you can ask me tomorrow night. We'll see how you do.
Okay. Sure. Cool.
I like Lucas.
So he just kind of starts making his way up to his room.
All right. And
I'm sure the audience and myself are dying to find out what it looks like.
Oh, it's a regular room right now. You haven't got the good one yet. You're still fresh.
Cool.
You gotta earn that shit.
Yeah, it's not. Look, this isn't like the early days where everybody just got a cool room on the first day. This is. All right.
There's been way too many new people over the course of the last month.
So it's a regular room played by tonight. Me. But
he's like, bro, I'm tired. Okay, I'm like, damn.
I'm just hoping, like, I'm going to, if there isn't one already there, I'm going to fashion an armor stand of some sort.
All right. Most of the rooms have one just as a convenience.
Yeah. And I like triple lock the door.
Of course.
And then I just take off the armor, which takes like an hour. It's all plate mail and no one's helping me.
There's a team of people around the clock. You need some Tony Stark type shit. He just comes around you and pulls off all the pieces.
You know who could help you with that?
Yeah, I'm going to ask.
It's a fucking tender moment where Rolda's in Lucas's room helping him take off his armor.
Oh, no, I was actually thinking of Darius building him some Tony Stark shit.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of having that done. Like, not build a brand new thing, just edit the current piece.
Just a thing that increases the down and off time, or decreases the down and off time?
Yeah.
An enchantment?
Yeah, kind of.
Like a quick release. That just...
The fucking D&D version of Velcro pants.
Yeah.
Just hangs everything up and tries to sleep.
All right. Lilith, is there anything you do before bed?
I would like to imagine that Lilith was so involved in celebrating with the orcs that she missed the news about Redan going with the warlocks. Can that be a thing or no?
Yeah, yes. Sure.
You sure? Okay.
No,
Alrighty.
All right.
She goes and dawns on her and be like, Redan wouldn't have put up with this kind of shit. Where is that? Where is he? I'm in the crab shack, I guess.
Cookie lets you know. Oh, he went on a little trip with Pen and Guy.
When is he coming back?
Oh, he says he'll be back eventually. He says he's going to hang out with them for a little while. He's got some stuff to work out.
Eventually. What is eventually? So many things could be happening during that eventually.
Well, they come back and forth through here, just like you guys.
Unbelievable. Doesn't inform me. He goes off on his own, whatever. Well, this is a hypocrite, I know it. And we'll go to Pizdog's room.
Okay. He opens up the door and he's like, wow, today gave me a lot of notes.
I would like to hear those notes.
Oh, I've prepared them all here.
I look over it, see if there's anything that makes me kind of laugh at the part. Anything's just like, agreed kind of thing.
it's a long list of human knights, foolish, larger force of the keep had the opportunity to murder and devour contingents of humans, did not, question mark.
Well, where in the world were you observing? I didn't see you amongst the crowd.
Oh, I was invisible.
Smart, really. No, Dipper, don't play with the plastic baggie. Okay, bye.
So you continue to have your session with Pizdog through the night.
I do want that moment to kind of wake up Lilith from her moment of like, humans, I don't like humans. I got to deal with humans. I got my own shit to deal with kind of thing. And go ahead.
I imagine, like, because his list is fraught with problematic stuff, like, why didn't we murder people here? Why didn't we murder people at this moment? Why were there no deals made for immortal souls when leverage was seen here, and here? So I imagine it's just like a deconstruction of these things.
So wise. Lilith is gonna like ask Pizdog for a favor.
What do you need? We're friends now.
How good are you at locating people?
I can find some folks if I need to.
What do you need to find them?
A name, a description.
She dresses herself up, human form.
Okay.
And she wants to basically get an update of what's going on. And she says, see what's happening with Leanna Lee Tremere, if you will.
I will track her down. I'll take plenty of notes. I may have a few questions when I get back.
See that you do. I might have a note back, depending on what you tell me.
All right. I'll see if I can track her down.
Appreciate it. All right. Long day. I'm going to hit the bottle and then sleep, I guess.
All right. Well, good night, my friend. And he kind of gives like a toothy, almost creepy smile. Am I doing this correctly?
You are. Good night.
Excellent.
And she takes her leave and goes to her room.
All right. Night descends after a tense day at the Avalon Knights Academy. Semester 2 has just begun, and there will be many trials ahead for everyone here.
Still literally no students enrolled, but apparently it's semester 2.
That's okay. It's coming. It's coming around.
I tried, you guys.
No, actually, no. We have 20 students.
Yeah.
They're learning common and the ways of general society.
In the non-human department, you have plenty of students. But this has happened.
Common before they can get into Cleric 101.
And the Knights of Wreck are riding across the countryside with Captain Russ at the head. And one of the knights ushers his horse forward up to next to Captain Russ. Sir, what is it? Sir, I wish to know the results of the assessment on Avalon Keep. They're not a threat. How can you say that? You saw the creatures they have lurking. They have a dragon. They have a baby dragon, Sir Knight. Are you frightened of a baby dragon? I have given my assessment, and you will respect it. Now return to formation. And the young knight grimaces, curses under his breath, and returns to formation. Captain Russ signs off a piece of paperwork that says, Lords Alliance of the Sword Coast, Threat Assessment Form, Avalon Keep. Threat Level 1. Signed Captain Russ Caraway. And he folds it up, ties it to a raven, and sends it on its way. And they continue to ride northeast. And that is where we end today.
Caraway, that's an awfully wry name.
This is what we want. This is a good thing.
Oh my god! Wow. I don't know if anyone else knows, but a shit ton of character development happened off stream, including an entire new one being created. Lucas, welcome to Sunday night.
Welcome.
That was fun.
Thank you.
The N7. You must be new here. I don't recognize your name, or I've just been unobservant lately. I don't know. So actually, now is time for our second giveaway. And just to remind you what we're giving away, we have Elderwood Academy sent us a lovely handwritten letter congratulating us on our 1,000 Twitch followers, as well as 3 of these beautiful. There's 3 of these exist. We don't have these. They didn't send enough for us. These are Elderwood Academy hex chests with the Mercs of Mischief logo, the Avalon Knights Academy shield right there in the middle, and they're made from aromatic cedar. They smell goddamn beautiful. And we have 1 of these to give away tonight, 1 to give away tomorrow, and 1 to give away on Tuesday during our. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the follow. I gotta fix this. New graphics, new year. I gotta fix some shit. So
new costumes.
You notice that costumes up a notch. Yeah, look at this. Lilith is over here. We got it. I mean, if anyone out there, if any cosplayers out there Actually, okay, hold on. Let's do this in the correct order. So let's do the giveaway here.
Sure.
Anyone who wants to get into that giveaway, make sure you write literally anything in the chat so that Nightbot recognizes you as an active person in here. Because we want to make sure you get into it. We're going to pull one name to get this. If you don't win tonight, be sure to pop in tomorrow and Tuesday. There will be more chances to win. But in the meantime, lots of announcements. Number one, we joined Tabletop Gaming Network. That is a Twitch team, which includes our new friends Saving Throw Show, which I believe, I'll have to, don't quote me on this, but I believe they're still going. So I think we'll raid them, but we'll see who else on the team is going that we can raid. We reached our 1,000 followers, so we're going to be doing these fantastic giveaways. And we've got some big stuff coming up. On February 22nd, we've got a super duper star-studded show with Joe Cat, Dingo Doodles, and Felix, the mastermind behind the Fool's Gold campaign, which is what Dingo Doodles is always telling her stories about. So if you want to see that guy on stream for the first time ever, because he's never been on a live stream, is that correct?
Oh no, not that I know of. I'm confirmed by him. He's never been on another stream, but all of them together in an evil campaign of
plus
my
Pen.
Yes, plus Pen.
Plus Skylar as an evil character, because he does not normally play an evil character. Pen is not technically an evil character.
So he says.
Besides the yogurt lich, but we'll get into that later.
The yogurt lich.
Oh, that's a different thing. Speaking of which, during our little break here, we were actually not on break at all. We were putting out all kinds of content. So if you want to see what Lilith was doing while she was away on an adventure, if you want to see...
I was just shopping.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
if you want to see what Gilbetta and Penn did when delivering the news of Darius's assumed demise, and maybe learn the fate of Darius. Or if you want to see what Rolda and Redan experienced, because they don't fucking remember, after getting pulled into that portal, you can find out all of this by joining our Patreon for as little as $1 a month at the Goblin level. You can become a patron and get access to all of this super advanced material. Eventually, there will be like edited versions of this out on our YouTube, but that might be a couple months. So if you want to know what's happening and things that are kind of getting referenced as we come back into the season, you're going to want to hop over there for as little as $1 a month. Even if you do pull the old Disney Plus, where you just give us $1 once so you can watch what you missed and then cancel your subscription, I won't blame you. I know how it goes. It's a struggle out there.
We'll still appreciate
you
the
viewing,
$1.
no matter what, as long as you're viewing. And if you join our Discord, all the more. Come in, you can ask us questions and just engage the community and chit chat and share your own stuff you're working on. Tell your friends about it, all that sort of stuff. Sean, I don't know if you have any more announcements. I'm going to go ahead and pull this.
I got nothing else. Let's do the
I want to
draw.
give a small shout out, actually.
Yes,
okay, sure.
Okay, so
let's go around and everybody do your shout outs and plugs.
Oh, well, my shout out is basically to Jellycat. She has helped me when I wasn't feeling well into making Lucas's new artwork. So cheers to Jellycat. Thank you so much, my dear.
Cheers to
the way they're
Jellycat.
treating the light with the armor is beautiful.
I know, I've been looking at that like the whole time almost.
Oh, I was having fun with this thing called air spray. That's a new thing.
Ooh. Sounds exciting.
What else do we got? Lucas, what have you been working on?
I have been working at my blog, The Scarred Adventurer, for a little while. I've been posting things every now and then. If you want to check out some poetry that I've written, then do it. The link is in the description and in the chat.
It's also,
and
it's just the scarredadventurer.com though, right? That's your
it's
domain.
scarredadventurer.com.
It'll take you straight there. And if you want links to anybody's stuff, you can go to mercsofmischief.com and check the About Me section.
Scars.
Should have everybody's links there.
So all the characters have scars. We just haven't seen this ones yet.
Sarah Gilbetta has been working on some 3D modeling. So that's so those of you that won at halftime, you're going to be getting prototype versions of the dice and the pins. So
Very
we're
early
working this
stages.
stuff up. It's a combination of myself and Sarah working together between 3D modeling and 3D printing and stuff. I got a resin 3D printer and I've been geeking out and I'm still dialing in the settings. So you're getting fun prototype stuff.
Yes.
We'll be contacting you about what you want, whether you want a game code or you want the fun prototype stuff. And if you want the fun prototype stuff, which character's color scheme you want it done in. But right now, we're going to spin the big wheel and see who has won.
That wheel.
Who has won this
also,
wonderful...
Yes, Karis, I'm also on Tuesday night, Deadlands.
Yes.
So tune in for that. Tuesday
L.
night.
Rosie B.
Old Rosie B.
L. Rosie B. We will get in touch with you. We'll shoot you a whisper. You have won the wonderful Cedar Mercenaries of Mischief dice chest, the first proud owner of one of these ever in the history of forever. So,
Hooray!
I hope you enjoy this very much. We'll get in touch with you for your shipping information. And everyone who didn't win tonight, be sure to come back tomorrow as well as Tuesday because we have 2 more of these to give away.
Oh, and I think on Tuesday, Willie's coming back.
God, I know. I heard the other day.
Tuesday is actually the season finale of Poison Paradise, so you won't see their fancy new intro until the episode after that when they start the new season.
Yep.
You do not get your season. You do not get your new
God damn
graphics
it.
until
Marty's
you finish
out.
your plate.
Marty, go back in the cage, Marty.
No, you must destroy the eternal Baphomet before you can have your new videos.
But we gonna die, Marty.
All right. So you'll see how that goes on Tuesday. Might be a whole new cast for the next season of Poison Paradise. We'll find out when they literally fight the devil. Who else has got anything else?
I love it.
Man, I got nothing. I'm just happy to be back.
All right. Fantastic.
I think we're good to go. We did our draw. Everything's set.
Yeah.
Be sure.
Stay tuned for the raid.
Stay tuned for the raid.
Thank you for everyone joining us today on our very first episode for season 2. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much for joining us in this new semester. Thank you for watching. Give us those likes and follows. Check us out on Discord. All the things that Rolda was going on about. And until the next time, class dismissed. Ah, yes. I have it now. The perfect plan. Yes. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to give us the like and subscribe. Comment down below and ring that bell if you want to get notified of our upcoming videos. And please give us a follow on Twitch if you can as well. Check out our live videos as they come up Mondays and Sundays. And Tuesdays for Deadlands. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.